You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1. Jesse JFR.
Hey.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
I'm good. Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Mind Buzz.
I like it.
Thanks for coming out and doing this, by the way.
Oh, no worries. Thanks for the invite. I'm stoked to be here. I like the egg carton wall thing. It reminds me of like La Bamba.
Oh, okay.
When he goes to the first studio. And
right. Down in the basement, he's just like all like weary. Like, where's this guy? Where's this white guy taking me down? Right. It's soft. It's really soft. Touch it.
Yeah.
Got it. He's like, I believe you. I believe I believe you.
I think it looks like egg cartons.
Well, yeah, that's. I think that's what they're.
Is that what it's called?
Supposed to.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sort of making this.
Well, the main idea is to soften sound from But you recently were in San Francisco.
I was.
How was that?
It was awesome. I like going to the Bay quite often because it's fun first off and the food's delicious. But I did a festival called How Weird Festival. How Weird, and it was quite weird. It was a lot of weirdos walking around, which is normally my type, but tons of dicks. So many.
There's a lot?
So many dicks.
Really?
My buddy told me there's going to be dicks. And I was like...
He warned you. At least he warned you.
I was like, yeah,
But like exposed dicks or what?
Who hasn't seen a
really?
dick, right? And I'm like, oh, hey, there's a dick. There's another dick. There's a flock of dicks. And it was like, literally, these guys are only wearing sandals. Like, sandals.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they had.
Like sneakers or anything, like sandals.
Like flip-flops or just like Jesus type of sandals?
Like some Crocs. You got
okay.
The split toe ones. That's sandals. It was crazy. Yeah. Like, I'm fine with nudity or whatever, but it was just overwhelming. It was pretty crazy.
So you were out there for how long?
I didn't just come here to complain about dicks. I was just out there for the day. I'll do like a turnaround. I'll drive up the night before.
Oh shit! Really?
And, yeah. That way I don't leave my van full of merch on the streets of San Francisco any longer than I have to.
Yeah.
I've actually had my van stolen with all my merch in it before.
Whoa!
So now I'm like crazy paranoid.
When was this?
It was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
It was a rental, and it was just full of my fucking merch. Oh, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck shit.
Yeah.
All the good ones, pussy, everything.
Ass.
Dicks. I mean, you were saying dicks for the past
saying dicks.
3 minutes.
But that can also be a name, like a nickname.
True.
There's all these white men just walking around.
all these Richards in San Francisco.
Bunch of Richards and sandals, flocks of them. Shit. What was I saying?
San Francisco.
Oh yeah, it's cool, but they steal a lot.
Have you seen people now? They put like signs on the car doors, and it says, "I have nothing to get stolen." Or
I've seen them just leave their trunks open, like in SUVs.
Really?
Like literally, they just leave it open, and so you can see loud and clear. There's nothing in here for you.
Oh, like the person that owned the vehicle leaves it open.
They just leave it open.
What?
Yeah. Which I would still be nervous about because like you don't want someone like just falling asleep in there.
Yeah, going in there, taking a shit or something. Yeah. There's weirdos out there.
I saw a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
I took a picture of it.
Where was
just one of them?
Where was, can we get that on the screen? No. Where did pull it up? It was pull up the dog shit.
It was crazy.
The human shit.
It was like it had to be some type of projectile scenario. It was like
oh wow.
Wow. Like it was like that thing where they show you the ink blot.
Oh, okay.
Like a Rorschach test.
So it like cannoned out of their asshole?
A light brown hue. Yeah. Wild. San Francisco. There you go. But the people are dope.
Yeah.
I actually love that place. I used to want to live there before all the thefts and shit scenarios.
Yeah.
That place is dope, and people really appreciate artists. So I go up there every chance I get. It's pretty rad.
So you were there last night, right?
Saturday night.
Saturday?
So, yeah, I drove up Friday night, did the show, super fun, ate good food, sold some art, talked to some cool people, and then drove back Saturday night. And I normally don't drink coffee, but I was drinking coffee that night.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you pull up the? I want to see the festival.
Oh, I think I wanted to see the shit.
I want to see those dicks.
I don't have a picture of the shit.
Send it.
Jesse, can you airdrop the shit picture, please? No, just.
Okay, I thought you were serious.
What's the festival called?
How weird.
How weird.
I want to see this thing. I want to see how weird this is. All right.
I texted a shit image to a bunch of my buddies, and I was like, "Guess what city
awesome.
I'm in?" And nobody got it.
Nobody
wrong.
guessed it.
Nobody got it wrong.
Oh, nobody got it wrong. Okay.
3 separate group chats.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
Okay. How many other vendors were there? Like, how many other artists?
I don't know. Like 50 to 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty rad. They had like a whole artist alley thing. That section was pretty rad. They put me with some other like regular vendors, which was great placement. I was super stoked about it. And the weather was nice. I was concerned about rain.
Yeah, it was the last time we went up there. It was like pretty stormy, wasn't it?
It gets like that. They have what they call a micro weather or some shit like that, where they have like this San Francisco itself will have like a rainstorm, but Oakland's perfectly fine. Like I don't know how. I don't know how that works.
Damn! Look at those titties.
Damn. Honkers.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like a sexy cosplay, but with too many dicks. Like a Comic-Con, a sleazy Comic-Con.
Comic-Con of dicks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So it's just like coming out and being weird?
Yeah, it's like the weirdos like get together and like the heavily alien themed,
awesome.
which is my thing. You know, I love alien
stuff.
That's
cool.
And then lots of nudity.
Yeah.
Not as many tits I was hoping. I was hoping to like see some nice tits, but
consider the source.
Mostly dicks.
Consider the source. I would take like about a half bag of mushrooms and go check out that festival.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people.
You guys can go with me next year.
On psychedelics.
Definitely going back.
Yes.
It was great.
Us.
Yeah,
I want to see dicks.
She's like, I'm all about it.
I'll watch them for you guys.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Gee.
Yeah, my friend was there, and she was like, "Oh, there's another one." I was like, "I'm good. You could just
tallying them up.
You can just look.
It's tallying them up.
Yeah,
that's it.
Little dick hash marks."
So besides this festival, what other festivals have you done?
Damn. I am literally somewhere every weekend.
I seen your calendar, dude. That's wild.
It is exhausting, but I don't have to work for anybody. So as long as I'm not lazy, I can make a living doing this, which is pretty rad. I try not to take it for granted. But it's basically like a carny life.
Okay. I
go from town to town selling my wares, and that's about it. So after a few years of doing it, you get like sort of like a calendar built. Like I know this part of the season I'm going to do these shows, and I book in advance.
Okay.
And then new shows come along as well, and then I'll add those to the roster, and it sort of builds up. So it's not as much work as it used to be finding the gigs.
Finding them, establishing a rapport with the event coordinator.
Yeah. A lot of it's building relationships and stuff like that. And then after, as long as you're just a pleasant dude, you get invited back, and normally it's pretty chill.
Gotcha.
But it's super fun. It's dope.
You have a very interesting story about
my grandma used to beat me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
She was loving but stern.
No, about quitting your 9 to 5 and then pursuing art.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that one.
It's a whole other story.
I was referring to that one.
Oh, I get confused.
I wasn't too sure how open you would be.
Oh, yeah. I'm just joking. My grandma's awesome. just for the record. Yeah, I used to be a banker. I used to work at a phone bank. So I was the guy that you called when you had issues with your bank account and verbally abused. That was me.
Oh, okay.
I was quite good at it because like I enjoy talking to people, and part of the job was selling them something at the end. So like, hey, I'm like having issues with my money. I'm like, hey, you want to pull a credit card, or like, how you feel about a reverse mortgage? And it's like, it sucked, but I was good at it, so I bonused and I made really good money, but I felt like shit like every day. And I used to drink quite a bit. Actually, most of those bankers are on drugs or drinking. Yeah, I would say 90% of them.
I believe it.
Call centers are just chocked full of drugs. They look the other way because they know it's a stressful job, but it becomes like an issue. Like, it sucks. I was drinking before that, so don't let me blame the call center. Yeah. But it did get out of hand. It was pretty wild. Also sort of fun, but I did feel like shit. So I took a gamble. I pulled my 401k. I finagled my way into getting fired. And I started like a grow room because I was like, I want to grow weed and paint for living. And the grow room, I was decent at growing, but it didn't work out long term.
How long ago was this before you started growing?
Shit. That was like 2011, I think, when that was going down. 2010, 2011 was like when I left the bank. And
so like a few years after they legalized it for recreational use.
Yeah. I was in the industry for years. I'll just say that.
Okay.
But I always wanted to grow, and I had never done it. So I learned, just like devoured all the info and learned how to grow and how it worked. And it was pretty fun. It was awesome. It was quite rewarding too, like harvesting and seeing something you grew and then curing it and smoking it.
That's sweet.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I still have some friends in the industry, and they're fucking awesome. But it didn't work out the spot I was in. I invested all my money into building the room, and it wasn't my property, which was like the first mistake. And after I had to leave, I was like, fuck, I don't have the money to build another grow room. So I guess I'm going to paint or go back to the bank. So I was like, I'm going to try to paint, and which I was always painting.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to try to sell it. And it took quite a few years. It took a fucking minute. I didn't make money for like the first like 4 years, basically. I was selling my DVDs and selling all my shit off, all my grow equipment, and like just to get by.
Yeah.
And being able to afford some of these shows, because like some of the Comic Cons are sort of pricey for the artists. So I just did what I had to do. I don't want to complain because it was a fun ride, but that's what I was doing. And then eventually I started making a little bit of change, and I was able to be a little more comfortable.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't want to complain. Yeah, it was rad. I mean, I didn't have to go back to the bank. Yeah, I really, really didn't want to go back to the bank. So I should have. I should have probably just went back to the bank and like juggled both for a while. It would have been like easier on me and less depressing for my mom. Mm-hmm. She was always like, you should maybe get a regular job.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't understand. What happened to you? It used to be about the music, Mom. But yeah, it worked out. It's awesome. Now I got a ton of rad artist friends and vendor friends that I get to hang out with every weekend, and it's like its own little community of like gypsies that have their own brands. It's pretty rad. It's its own thing.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
Because first you said it's like a carnival type of lifestyle.
Yeah, like carnies.
Yeah, carnies.
Gypsies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Like we all travel and
you guys have your own brands.
Yeah, we all have our own brands.
That's fucking wild, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it's dope. And we can hire our friends. Like why hire a stranger when you can hire a homie to like come help you if you need help at a con or something, or a food festival, or even like packaging pins or whatever. Like there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody sees that's like tedious and boring that like I just don't want to fucking do. So
like packing pins.
Like packaging pins. Yeah. So I'll hire my homies or family, and it works out. It's dope.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, it's pretty dope. We need to pull up some of his art.
Yeah.
Dude.
Come on.
You don't want to see that. Let's look at more festival
more dicks. Well, there's an idea for a painting, dude.
No, I'm good.
Oh, dude, look at that one.
Yeah, I like to do
Oh, shit. Oh, there
That's actually tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, Gorilla Mall is one of my favorite things to do. We have like a monthly pin show.
Oh, it's a monthly thing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So we call it Pin-a-Mall.
Their burgers are really good.
Dude, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the manager, Nikki, she's a good friend and she's really rad. She's really rad. So we go and we eat good and a bunch of us do a little pop-up and people show up and they buy food and buy pins and sometimes they'll buy art. It's rad. It's rad.
Hey, are you still the avocado guy?
Sorta.
Kinda?
Yeah, kinda.
You're the avocado plug? What do you mean?
Well,
What's she asking?
When I first started going like heavy on the paintings, I almost did exclusively avocado art.
Oh, really?
So like a Frida Kahlo or UFO avocados, and I did Ninja Kados, which are just Ninja Turtles in the shape of avocados. I have several avocado tattoos, and I sort of slowly became the avocado guy, which is fine. That's cool. Nicknames are dope.
That was really the nickname?
Yeah. Like in Inglourious Bastards. The Jew Hunter. It's just a nickname that stuck. No, it's rad. I still do avocado stuff, just not as it's not 100%. So nowadays I enjoy doing cultural mashups. So like I'll grab I'm a big history buff.
Okay.
I really enjoy the old ornate looking gods, like the Hindu stuff and all kinds of it. So I'll grab a god or a location and I'll mash it up with something I grew up with, like a video game or a TV show or a movie. And it's normally enjoyable, except when people accuse me of cultural appropriation, which I actually...
Has that happened before?
Yeah, it happens a lot. Which I actually enjoy.
Like at shows or they write you?
At events, yeah.
Oh, really?
Every now and then online, but not as much. I somewhere every weekend, so it's a numbers game.
Oh, okay. The more you do it, the more. Yeah.
Someone did it in San Francisco, actually. So it happens.
I believe that, actually.
Maybe once a month, maybe every other month.
Yeah.
Now I got a cool catchphrase. So when they come up, I already know. You can tell by the look on their face, like they think they're doing something dope right now. I know it's coming. So they'll like start like, don't you think this is insensitive culturally? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's showbiz, baby. And they just like turn around and walk away because right away they know I'm not getting anywhere with this.
Yeah.
Like first they want an apology and then they want you to commit to do something. Like maybe,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, like maybe don't bring these out anymore. It's like go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's art.
I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
How was the first reaction? I mean, how was the first time you got that type of interaction?
I mean, I have a odd sense of humor, so I enjoyed it right away.
You did.
The first time it really, really happened was in New Mexico. This dude was so upset at this Last Supper painting I did. He like physically threatened me.
Pull it up. Do you still have it over there? I want to see this.
It's probably not on my Instagram, or it's probably like one of the first posts on my Instagram, which is and I have like thousands of posts on there, so it's gonna be hard to find. But it's on there. It's basically like
go back to
a blue Satan in the middle, and then all my favorite villains from different cartoons and
that's cool
around him. Yeah, it was just like I used to be like a super like edgelord.
Oh wait, hold on, Chariot of the Dogs. I like that.
Nice, thanks, thank you. No one appreciated that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a big Ancient Aliens guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought that was hilarious.
That's awesome. That's actually pretty funny.
Thanks. Yeah, I did a video with it where I showed a bunch of dogs. Yeah. Yeah, I did a voiceover.
Is that it? I want to hear this. The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more.
These hounds are from space, and they have been here from the beginning. Did ancient canine come down on red rockets millions of years ago? Time will tell.
Red Rockets.
1968, Eric von Däniken publishes Chariots of the Dogs. Were our ancient canine companions actually otherworldly beings sent here to guide culture and evolution? It's irrefutable. These puppies are not, they say, the more I ask questions, the more I see that these hounds are from space and they have been here from the beginning. Did ancient canine come down on red rockets?
That is awesome.
Hell yeah. Finally, someone enjoyed that.
Yeah.
See, that's why I do it. Right there.
Yeah. That's fucking
That
awesome.
smile. That made my day.
Yeah.
Look at that sleeping baby. He's the homie.
Aww.
Yeah, that one's a good one, dude.
These are all freaking cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I went into that ancient alien rabbit hole for like weeks.
Okay.
For weeks, bro.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a fan. Actually, since before the show, my buddy Gary was really into it, and he sort of showed me the way. And I was like, oh, I love this shit because I'm a history buff.
Yeah.
And then when the show dropped, it was just like so much easier to consume like the info, and I was like obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm actually like I wouldn't say friends, but I'm acquaintances with Giorgio, the aliens, the meme guy with the hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He has some of my art in his living room.
Oh,
It's
that's
sorta awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And his girl, they're really, really pleasant people. I only met them because of Designer Con. They go every year and they walk around.
Right. Oh, that's sweet, dude.
Pretty dope. They're pretty dope.
Nice. That's pretty cool that you can say that they have your art hanging in
Yeah, it is pretty.
their
rare.
living room.
I can't guarantee it's still there, but
Yeah.
they told me it was. You know?
They
Is he
texted
lying?
you.
If he's lying about that, he's lying about the aliens.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so
True.
I'm just gonna look the other way. And
So, did you read the book before you watched the?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know they had a series until I read the book, and then I started like looking at it more.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, I respect that.
Yeah.
Now the show's awesome. Of course, like any other show, towards the end, it gets a little like start stretching things out, and like they'll grab one idea and just make an hour show about it, which I still enjoy.
Yeah.
I'd prefer deep dives, but the first season was like hour and a half each episode, and they would just cover so much, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck, this is awesome. And then a lot of the stuff was just like unexplainable. A lot of the pyramids and the Hindu pyramids that are like carved out of like just one giant piece of stone, and it's like recessed carving. It's amazing.
Which one is that one? I don't remember that one.
I don't know the name of it, but I think I posted one of them.
You painted one of those?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It's way too ornate. If you just look up Hindu pyramids, you'll see a bunch of dope shit. And their stuff is dope because they don't get blocks and build it. They find pieces of land that are already stone and then carve it out. And it's all like perfectly symmetrical.
Damn.
Super, super ornate. And it's got like, they got like a plethora of gods. So they'll throw like fucking all kinds of gods on that building.
What does that one say? The traditional Indian architecture is extremely simple and straightforward. The simple techniques of construction were utilized to build some of the glorious and magnificent buildings that have been withstood the test of time. Yeah, they look pretty complex.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, go give them a like. Give them your name and your email.
I'm
Don't
okay.
do that.
Hindu pyramids.
You're gonna get a phone scammer within minutes.
Yeah.
We'd like to talk to you about your retirement.
Right. Yeah, dude.
That's freaking cool. What else inspires you? Like other than like, you know, like the shows you like and things like that. And how often do you come up with like a new design?
I try to do something at least every other week. At least like a digital piece.
Like something new?
Yeah, it doesn't always happen because I have my schedule, but I try. I always have at least one or two oil paintings going. Those take months each. So I'll like start something, I have it going while I'm doing little digital pieces. Digital pieces can take like anywhere from a day to a week, except for like the super complicated ones. So digital is fun because I can bang some out quickly. The oils take forever, but I still enjoy it. It's just different.
Do you start first on digital and then move your way to the oil?
No, I started just oils.
Oh, okay.
A friend of mine actually back in the day worked at Michael's, and she's like, "Hey, come in and just fill up a cart and leave with it." So I did that.
Wow, that's a true.
Yeah.
I went and
The homie right there.
filled up the cart, And I didn't even paint at the time. I had only been doing pencils. I used to like Prisma pencils.
Yeah.
And I filled up, like, I was like, I'll try some acrylics, and I guess I'll do these oils, and I'll get some canvases, and I guess I need a ton of brushes and all kinds of shit. And I filled up the cart. I gave her a $5 bill, and she gave me 5 ones and change. And then I walked out, and everything sat in my closet for a while. And then one day I started drawing on my coffee table. Me and my buddy Sergio were smoking some doobies. I was like, I'm going to draw on this coffee table. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got a ton of paint in there. I might as well learn how to paint. So I took out the paint stuff and I started painting coffee tables. And those were the first few paintings I did were tables.
Oh, actually on the tables?
Coffee tables.
Oh, okay.
And that was fun. I was drawing like pyramids and like trees and like weird shit. It was fun. And I was like, oh, I got some canvases too. I guess I'll try this canvas. So that plug was pretty dope. That was quite a fun.
How long was this ago?
That was like 2006.
Damn. So you've been painting for quite some time.
Yeah. I've only been full time for about 8 years. Well, I guess you can count the few years before that because I was technically unemployed, but I wasn't making any money. So
okay.
I would say full time for about 8 years.
About how long did you go paint and everything without making any return on your art?
Well, I started painting around 2006. Mm-hmm. I didn't try to monetize it until about 2013, and I didn't start making money till about 2016.
Okay.
So it was a bit of a grind, and I was still like, I'm not the best artist, so like, especially back then, I was painting a lot of garbage, and I didn't expect to have like grand slams every time, but I would do like a little art walk or something and like just completely bomb, and it's like, fuck, maybe I should go back to the bank. I fucking suck at this. Yeah. I have good ideas. I just can't make it happen.
Yeah.
But it's just like anything. If you do it long enough, you'll get better at it, and you'll get at least decent enough to do what you're trying to do and hit your short-term goals. So, like with anything, just stick at it and should be fine.
Did you? How many times did you feel that like I should fucking quit and go back to my regular 9 to 5?
Man,
like how many times? Was it a lot?
It crossed my mind, but it was never like I need to get a job.
You're gonna do it.
No, because I fucking hated working so much, and I hate being told what to do. I can't stand it. I never liked. I was a defiant young lad, a rambunctious fellow. Uh-huh. I even got defiance tattooed on my knuckles. Like,
there you go.
I can't stand being told what to do. So every time I was like, fuck, this sucks. I'm not making any money. I was just like, well, I can go back to the bank, but you remember how miserable you were. So I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And then eventually, it worked out.
Yeah.
I'm still not the best. I hang out with a lot of artists, and they're amazing. They're like amazing artists. Like Eddie Lee, he's a super talented dude. These dudes are like actual artists. I'm like a fucking pop art hack, which is fine with me. I have a blast. So.
Right.
But it's cool. At least I get to hang out with awesome artists.
Yeah, but I mean, where do you find, like, of course, like comparing yourself to different people, but like where do you see yourself in like your art? Like somebody asked me like where you're at right now, like how far along are you until like your actual real goal? And I gave him like a percentage.
Well, I'm happy with where I am because I make a decent living and I talk about art and cartoons all day with everybody. As long as I'm able to cover my bills and I'm having a good time, I'm pretty stoked about it. I don't really have any unrealistic expectations from especially the art industry.
Yeah.
I think it's like the second hardest way to make a living. The first being an actor, second is a visual artist, and the third is a musician. So I didn't exactly choose the easiest way to make money, and I'm very realistic about what can or cannot become of it. It'd be great to be like a well-known artist, but
right.
I don't need to be, as long as I'm not lazy and I can find places to show my art. I make most of my sales off people just walking by. That we have this shared childhood, basically.
Oh, okay.
They grew up with Futurama and Simpsons and playing video games, and they dig a little humor and blasphemy. Then they're gonna buy something from me, and that's all I really need. I don't really need fame or anything like that. I don't need a mansion, but I make more money than I made at the bank.
Oh, wow.
Which is
okay.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
I get to travel a lot. I eat pretty well, as you can tell. So I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, I think the traveling thing is fucking cool, dude, and just sharing your art everywhere and talking to people about art in different places.
It is fun. It's a lot like being in a band, except for I don't have to share my van with anyone, and it barely gets me laid.
Yeah. I want to ask about San Francisco.
Yeah, let's just leave that.
Leave it alone. Leave that call back there, please.
Gotta save something for the next interview. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I don't take it for granted. Like I said earlier, I'm very grateful to do what I do and live in a place where it's even possible.
Yeah.
A lot of people around here don't realize how lucky we are to be able to survive off the sweat of your brow and have an idea and just follow through and eventually make it a business and make a living, and not only that, employ your friends and travel. So I'm very grateful. And some of my friends, because it is a grind, and sometimes we flop and we flop hard, and they're expensive flops. Like you'll fly out somewhere and it's like, damn, you got a hotel, you got the cost of the ticket, cost of the booth, cost of the merch, and you just don't make much. And they're like, maybe I should go back to my version of a banking job. And I'm like, nah, man, nah. Just keep grinding. We're lucky. We're super lucky. We're technically 1% of human beings have ever existed. We got it better than everybody, So
yeah.
Just be grateful.
Do the wins over, do they outweigh the flops?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I bumped into it.
I go for it.
Yeah, especially now. I rarely get a hit with a hard L, which it used to be all the time, monthly. Now it's rare that I flop hard, which is great. But it's just really it's a numbers game. I do a ton of events, and I was able to dial in my merch and the way I present my art. I don't carry around originals anymore. I carry around exclusively canvas prints and enamel pins, and I make plushes and stuff like that. And it's all affordable. So the average person walking by can afford it. And if someone like a whale walks by, which is a term for affluent person, not an obese person.
Okay.
Is
what did you say? What was it?
Whale.
Oh.
If someone who only collects a hand painted stuff or originals walks by, they're like, do you have anything that's not
a whale,
$60? And I'm like, I do have a catalog of my originals that I can offer them. I got shit that's $5,000, if you're into that. But for the most part, everywhere I go, $60, couple $100, that's within people's budget. So a $10 pin. Pins are great because it's miniaturized art that you can wear and everybody can afford it. And if someone's like, fuck, I love your shit, but I'm broke right now, I'll just give them a pin. And it makes all the difference. Yeah. They're like, fuck, thank you. They're super appreciative. And it's just giving you a pin, but it's awesome because you're giving them art and they'll wear it or they'll show their friend or, they're into it and they'll appreciate it a little more.
Right. What was the wildest place you've been to, the furthest away from here?
I guess the furthest is New York. I go maybe a few times a year. I'll be there not this weekend, but next weekend. I love New York. It's the most delicious place I've ever been.
Delicious?
Jesus. The food is off the chain. It's ridiculous.
What do you usually eat over there?
I like to go to this place called Strip House. It's like a steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
The first time we went was after
Strip House, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. It sounds like a titty bar, but it's a high-end steak place.
There we go.
First time we went, 2 Chainz was there.
Shit.
My buddy's like, hey, that's 2 Chainz. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah. Dude, I have a steak. I have a steak right in front of me. Really?
Yeah. It was awesome. It was delicious. Yeah. So every time I go, I try to go to Strip House. The pizza Their pizza shits on our pizza. It ruined pizza for me over here.
Did it?
I can't eat pizza. I mean, I can eat pizza over here, and it'll fill me up, but I won't be like, damn, that was good pizza.
But it's amazing.
It's crazy delicious.
And it could be like the shittiest shithole.
It could be the dollar slice.
Yeah.
It's like a dollar slice, but it's great.
Yeah. And Chicago pizza's good too, but New York pizza is
I was gonna say, like, the
New York's better.
question always, Chicago or New York?
New York
pizza.
Yeah.
I
New
feel
York?
like
What do you think, Amber?
someone's gonna maybe be punching the air or want to punch me, but I didn't like Chicago pizza. I feel like it's not a pizza; it's a pie.
It's like lasagna.
Just,
I mean, I thought it was delicious.
It was good. No, it's
but if
good.
I had to
Don't get me wrong.
choose, like
A
hands
pie?
down
Why?
New York.
Why would you think it was a pie?
Like
'Cause it's
fucking this
thick.
fat.
Really?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
but-
like you got to eat it with a fork and knife.
No, and then everywhere you
Fork
go,
and
it's
knife?
like, okay, it's gonna be 50 minutes.
Yeah.
You're sitting at the table with no
50
food
minutes?
for 50 minutes.
Yeah, I was there a couple weeks ago, and
They have
I
drinks or breadsticks or
I
something?
tried to, yeah, but you don't want to do that because the pizza is so dense and it's pricey, and you'll ruin your experience if you eat a bunch of bread before. I went to 2 places when I was there a couple weeks ago, and one was delicious.
What?
I was with my buddy Omar from I Am Retro, and we were in pizza heaven. It was like Pokios or some shit like that. It was like a whale. It was their logo was a whale. I'm assuming that's the type of whale. Something with a P and a Q.
But see, it's thick.
Damn,
And
yeah.
This is like
Stupid
flaky.
thick.
This is like flaky. So that's why I say
Double
it's,
C
it's like a
thick.
pizza pie. I guess that's where the term
okay.
came from.
It's delicious.
It's good. It is good. I'm not shitting on it, but
New York.
New York,
Hands down.
Okay, and then let's look up
1,000%.
New York style so I can get a visual of this.
It probably won't look
as good.
as good as this Chicago slices because that looks pretty good. Getting a half chub over here. See, look at
chub.
that.
So
That looks like some basic bitch shit, but
New
it's
York
not.
is thin.
yeah, when you taste it.
It's probably the water.
That's what they say. That's what they
Right.
claim. And that's why they say their bagels are the best because of the water.
Do you have a bagel over there too?
I did, and they're quite good. But I think one of the best things I tasted in New York was a blueberry muffin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of blueberry muffins, and that shit was off the charts. They're like, "You want it warmed up with some butter?" I was like,
Ooh,
"You got one in Rome."
yeah.
And me and my buddy were like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
Like, I feel like God just came in my mouth. But with blueberries, he had some type of blueberry infection.
There we go.
Jesus, it was such a good muffin.
But LA pizza is not.
I know. There's this place called Prince Street Pizza. They're from New York. There's one in Hollywood and one in the Arts District. It's pretty damn good.
Decent.
It's the best pizza here on this side of the Mississippi, as they say.
How was the Mexican food in New York City?
I go out of my way to not eat Mexican food anywhere but LA because it's fucking garbage. It sucks. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're Mexican. You got to go to this place. They got the best tacos or enchiladas." Or I'm like, "Get the fuck out of my face." What do you eat over here? Like, what do you like? I want your fucking comfort food. I want your local. I want your good shit. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I went to Texas this one time and they're like,
Oh,
you
yes.
gotta try Tex-Mex." I was like, okay, everybody keeps saying this, so I'll try it. And I was like, this is fucking garbage. I didn't like it. I don't like it at all. It's like,
Okay.
damn, dude, a hobo can cook better than this. They don't got a kitchen. So I didn't like it. I actively avoid Mexican food
So-
everywhere but LA.
California Mexican food all the way.
It's the best. We were spoiled. We grew up with like home cooked Mexican food, which is fucking
Right.
where it's at.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, it's better than the restaurant Mexican food.
Yeah, you can't beat that anywhere.
So once like they say in South Park, once you've jerked off to online porn, you can't exactly go back to Hustler magazine.
The internet ruined my childhood. It did 14 years ago. It ruined me. Where did you grow up? You grew up in LA?
I was born in and around East LA. I was there till I was like 5-ish, and then moved to Downey.
Okay.
They call the Mexican Beverly Hills.
Yep.
Do they really?
MBH, baby.
What?
I told you this the other day.
Have
I
you?
said Downey has a lot of money, and they have like
No, I
mini
know that, but
mansions.
you didn't say it was the Beverly Hills.
It's the Mexican Beverly Hills.
Mexican Beverly
The
Hills.
Mexican Beverly Hills.
I don't
Downey.
exactly live in that part of Downey.
Okay.
So, but it is very nice. We're surrounded by like Norwalk and Southgate and Pico Rivera and like,
Okay.
Schlong Beach, and it is a gem around all those cities. And we got good food, and the women are beautiful. Food's good. City's clean. I like Downey quite a bit. It's awesome. I was raised there, and then I've lived in all kinds of cities since then.
Yeah.
Ended up back in Downey. Fucking love Downey.
Did you start your like art events in Downey, or were there like surrounded cities that you did them in?
No, I think Santa Ana was like
OC.
the first place that I started doing events, and they have a big art community, and a lot of folks there appreciate art and artists, and they've always been big supporters. And shit, I owe a lot to Santa Ana. They've really embraced me, and that was the first time I actually got love for some of my art, and I was like, "Fuck, this is dope."
What do you mean love?
Like people walking by and being like, "Hey, this is awesome, dude!" Like,
oh, okay.
Let me buy it from you. And I was like, "What?
Right.
You serious? You're not just saying that? Did my mom send you?"
Your mom's all hiding in the
She's all hiding, looking in the bush.
Get it. It's like, that rascally girl. So yeah, Santa Ana's awesome. I like Santa Ana. Yeah. Their art walk specifically was the first spot that I went to with the gal. Her name's Yenny, who ran it for years, and she is one of the sweetest of sweethearts. Love that gal, and it was awesome. So, and then from there, I took a gamble on a Comic-Con. It wasn't a huge one. It was Long Beach Comic-Con, and once I did that, I was like, "Oh fuck, this is awesome! Like, this is dope." So I just did whatever I could, sold off all my shit to be able to afford the bigger shows and get my feet in the door and just start building, building some inertia around me and pushing some art.
How expensive are those things? Because I just had Santos talk about the LA Comic-Con, and he said that it was pretty pricey to get in there.
Yeah, I think a regular booth is like, shit, what is it at now? Between $1,200 and $1,800, I think.
Oh, shit.
WonderCon, I believe, is sitting around $2,200. San Diego was thousands of dollars.
Damn.
So you can get an Artist Alley booth, which is normally a fraction of the price, $300 to $600, but you get a limited amount of space. So the way I have my setup, I just never really fit in the Artist Alley booth. So I just always swung for the fences and did what I had to do to be able to afford a regular booth, which really helped me out because I wasn't with all the other artists, which, like I said before, I'm not the best artist in the scene. So being on my own around people with Funko Pops and like shitty t-shirts really helps. It does. So that's awesome.
It does.
Has anybody like you were saying like people have said like, "Oh, good job," things like that. But have you ever had like someone kind of like shit on your art or something, like tell you something really rude other than like the appropriation thing?
Yeah, of course. Like, the internet's fun. People can say whatever they want. And like there's no repercussions. So like sometimes they're just edgelords and they'll want to say something like to get a rise out of you, but they don't realize that I love it, So it doesn't really bug me, but it happens. Like someone's like, "Dude, this is like some hack shit," or like every now and then.
What?
I like to poke fun at cancel culture and like woke culture quite a bit. Like I don't push politics on anybody, but I love making fun of like people who just feel like super righteous about like telling people how to think or shit, or like cancel culture is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take someone's livelihood away because like you disagree with them. Like, that's some bullshit. So I make fun of it, super lighthearted. And so I did this like free speech tombstone like back in 2017 or 18.
Oh,
it was
that's
just
cool.
like super like lighthearted, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
People lost their shit over it. Like, they went crazy. They were saying the most like crazy shit to me. I was
Can we find that out?
yeah,
I would have seen that.
yeah, it said like free speech 1776 to 2017.
Oh, okay.
Hurt feelings won in the end.
Oh, damn.
I thought it was funny.
So that was like pretty early on before it really got popular in
I'm
2020.
I love social
Commentary? Eat ass. It's awesome.
Just
It's
good
awesome.
advice. Just good advice.
Not pushing any politics on anybody. But
But if you get a chance, eat some ass, some New York pizza. I enjoy watching social politics like a hawk. I watch that shit. I don't get involved, but I love watching what upsets people and what's trendy and what people are enjoying and what they're not enjoying. Who they're canceling this week.
so who is Alistair?
Alistair Crowley?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay.
that was
cool.
I have like a little NFT thing going.
Really?
We put it on. We pumped the brakes on it for now because the market's fucking trash. And we're gonna relaunch in a few months. But I created this like alien drug pusher.
Oh, that's awesome.
His name's Alistair.
I think you have a video, right? This is what it's from.
Somewhat. No, that's my three-titted alien chick. Her
And
name's.
you did a plushie, right?
What's her name?
Her name's Phoebe Mates.
Phoebe
Not to be
Mates.
confused with Phoebe Cates from the 80s.
Ah.
Um,
I'm like, how far down is this tombstone?
it was 2017, so
Oh,
it's
shit.
a while ago.
It's all the way down there.
Yeah, I have some weird shit up there. So
These are really cute. Those are awesome.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
yeah, the plush. I was gonna make my Frida Kahlo. I have this like Frida Kahlo avocado design I did. I was gonna make her into a plush, and when I found out how much it was gonna be, I was like, shit, I might as well make something really wild if I'm gonna like spend that much.
Yeah.
So I designed her for the plush, and then it was a really big gamble, but it worked out. People enjoy her. When they come to my booth and they can pull the baby out of her,
Oh,
they like
that's
just lose their shit. It's fucking awesome.
I like this picture.
Thanks. Yeah, for 2 months straight, I wore a sombrero everywhere I went. Everywhere.
Really?
No
I
exceptions.
like them.
yeah.
Matter of fact, that was when my van got stolen and I had to go into the police department. And I came in with the sombrero.
No fucking way,
And
dude.
also like bummed, but like still in
Yeah.
a sombrero. So you can only look so bummed. You just look like a drunk Mexican.
Like, you made that happen.
Yeah.
So that was a fun couple months. I still wear it every now and then.
Yeah.
It sort of became part of, my brand. So
So you went from the avocado guy to the sombrero guy.
just a couple months.
Yeah.
Now I'll drive around with it. Sometimes I drive with it on. But I'll take it to my events and I'll just put it up like on,
Oh, that's cool.
on a grid wall or like somewhere on the table. And I don't have to necessarily wear it, but it's like part of the brand.
Do you get a lot of shit for any Frida art? Like with the cultural appropriation?
Not really.
No?
People who like Frida normally go crazy for anything Frida.
Yeah.
They love Frida and they like everything that's
I have
Frida
one of your
involved.
pins.
Yeah, and I think that's how it is, right? Because like there's like a big surgence of like Frida art everywhere.
Yeah, I saw some people hating on this one artist because he's white and he did a Frida Kahlo painting. I was like, dude, who the fuck cares what his skin color is? Like, he's like paying tribute to this artist you love. Like,
Yeah.
But they're turning on her now.
Really?
Yeah,
Are they?
like I've been seeing in the past weeks that they're like kind of like turning on her, saying that
Spicy.
like
Wow.
yeah.
Saying what?
I can't remember, but it's like stuff about like just her being
Pull it out.
Her
being
stealing
white.
your man?
No, because
Who being white?
like her like she's a white passing
Mm.
Because she's
Latina.
light skinned?
Yeah, and,
Jesus.
and I
How
think
far
it's
will
one
this
of
racism
We could just
go?
paint her darker. How about that?
Look, I'm gonna find the picture, but it's like the picture of her wearing like a dress, and it's like a native dress to like indigenous, like people in Mexico, and
skin tone's not dark enough
and
for the
now they're
dress?
saying that her skin tone was not dark enough
Fuck off.
to wear it. So I was like, okay.
My mom's really, really light skinned. Most people think she's like a European chick or some shit until they hear her talk. And I just think that's the most ridiculous shit
Yeah.
ever. Like, first off, like, who cares about anybody's skin tone?
Right.
Let alone like tell people they can't paint something or like hate on someone for wearing something because of their skin tone. Wild. But I guess to each their own if you enjoy being a weirdo.
Yeah, even if you just stand out in the sun for a couple of hours, like you either turn darker or you become really red. So you won't be the same color you were.
I think
Yeah.
it's this particular one.
Wow.
Because there's two of them, like a duality type of.
No, it's like the dress that they're wearing. I want to say it's this one. Don't quote me. Don't cancel me.
We're quoting you
Just kidding.
and canceling you.
Don't
after.
fucking cancel me.
Your skin's too light for that dress.
It's always like a southern accent. Always.
I know.
Yeah, for like comical racism, which racism can be hilarious. Let's not pretend it's not. It can be quite funny, but you just gotta say.
Well, I like that deer one. That one's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, this is one of her more famous ones.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And so she did that artwork?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she painted herself?
Yeah, she has pretty much self-portraits.
Really?
Yeah, a ton of self-portraits.
And she did most of these while she got in an accident and it left her like not paralyzed, but she was bound to her bed, and then she would get like a mirror and they put it over her while she was laying in bed, and then she would paint herself so she could
With her hands?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Like, no, with her feet.
I thought this story was gonna be like she put a paintbrush in her mouth and she started
Going
painting.
somewhere else with
See
that.
right here. See? She's laying on the bed.
I would buy one of those paintings.
Lazy.
If
Get
she
out of bed, Grandpa Joe.
She couldn't move.
Excuses.
she can move. Look at her. She couldn't move. How much did she sell that painting for?
I don't know.
She couldn't move.
Hey, did you hear about talking about the NFTs? Did you hear about the Mexican, like he has like a lot of money, like I don't know what he does, but anyways, he owned one of her pieces, like one of her original pieces, and he did this whole spectacle in front of people, and he fucking burned it. Like burned it in front of like everybody, and I guess they scanned it, and he's like, oh, it's gonna be an NFT now, so it'll live forever. And he burned the original.
Wowzers.
And now they're fucking Mexico's like wanting to prosecute him because yeah.
Prosecute him? Why? What was the art piece
She's a
his?
national treasure.
But was it his?
She's their Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I mean, I think he owned it, but still, I think there's certain, like, even if you have ownership, there's still, like, she's protected, like, her art.
Oh, like a historical type of
historical,
thing.
I guess there's homes like that here in the States, right? They're like, you can't build a wall or anything because it's an old house.
Yeah.
It's like, that's stupid. But, okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like one of those things.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess if he owned it and...
What would be Frida, like, what would be, like, her, who she is in Mexico? Do we have one of those in the U.S.? Like, does that even translate? Like, do we even have one of those in the U.S.?
Maybe. I guess, like,
Besides Nicolas Cage?
no
$10
one...
million.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. That was $10 million. Good for him. Look at that guy.
Look at that's what he's burning
Look
right
at that
there.
look.
Damn,
on his face.
look
You
at
know
him.
what?
He's excited.
At first, I was like, I don't know, but now I'm stoked about it.
He's excited. Look at him.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking sadists.
Look at his face. He looks so happy.
Yeah, because he
He
could probably
did it.
wipe his ass with $10 million.
Yeah, when you wear all white like that, you got money. You got money.
Yeah, but now
I won't tell anybody that I won the lottery, but there'll be signs.
There will be sex. I start wearing all white.
All white.
Burning Frida Kahlo
Yeah.
paintings.
I don't know.
Dude.
Is there an equivalent to the Frida Kahlo now?
Maybe like what's his name? Rothko. Rothko is like an American artist, and his stuff is uber famous. And you've definitely seen his art. You just don't know his name. Salvador Dali, although he is Spaniard.
No, this is clothing.
I'll put artist or just art.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh.
Not as exciting as
I'm
Kahlo.
like, oh, okay.
And he won't steal your man. She was famous for stealing men.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
took an older lover who was married,
Oh, boy.
and I guess it was like, back then it was a lot more risque. So,
Oh.
but if anything, it just helped build her brand.
She knew what she was doing.
Sex sells. Mark. Oh, yeah. He's very exciting.
I've seen some of his paintings in person, and they're actually stunning. They're like
Are they?
very sort of like just grabs you. It's pretty awesome.
When is art like who says art is art?
That doesn't matter.
Subjective?
Like, yeah, it's whatever you want it to
Yeah?
be. Like, yeah, like some people see like Like some people think NFTs are art and some people can't stand them, but it doesn't really matter. Like if someone created something and someone enjoys it, even if no one enjoys it, if you created something, it's art. Like cooking is art. Having a brand, apparel line is art. Like you're putting something together that didn't exist before and you made that. And whether people like it or not, or see it as art really doesn't matter. Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, like that shit you had in the actual human shit that you had in your phone. Somebody could think that's art.
You know what? I should make that into an NFT.
You should make it. Come on.
I'm in.
I capitalize on that. But have you?
Gil needs the royalties. Okay.
Yeah. I need royalty checks. Pay me. So you said that you worked on an NFT project.
Yeah.
Are you still working on that?
Yeah, so it's we put it on hold.
Mm-hmm.
Basically it was called Space Dope, and the character's name was Alistair S. Thompson, which is a cross between Hunter S. Thompson,
that's cool,
the drug dude, and Alistair Crowley, the Satanist dude. But he's an alien. So his story is he was a low-level drug runner for a space cartel. And he's on his way back to his planet with a ship full of exotic drugs, and the planet's gone. So he just sort of travels planet to planet using the drugs as leverage to get laid and like build his empire. And that's it. And the NFT idea was you could buy the drugs. So I designed a bunch of drugs.
Oh, dude.
I had a bunch of like guest artists and like people from different bands design stuff. So like a bunch of models and a bunch of like I had a dude from the Casualties, from Strung Out, from Voodoo Glow Skulls, from the Agrolites, Long Beach Dub All Stars. Had a bunch of my friends are in the music industry, so I'm able to like pull on some homies to like, hey, you want to do something weird, you know? So we did that, and it was super fun. It was quite a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll relaunch early next year, and they're still available, but we're just not pushing it right now. Economy is really weird. A lot of the NFT and crypto stuff is crashing. And
is it?
Yeah, it's pretty low right now.
Yeah.
A lot of those Dogecoin and Shiba folks are quite upset right now, which is fine. Everything bounces back. You just gotta be patient.
Yeah, I never got all that stuff.
Man, Shiba was dope.
Yeah.
I did the whole Shiba thing, and I made quite a bit off it. It was pretty awesome.
Shiba was like another
Shiba Inu. It's one of those like Japanese dogs.
Okay.
It was just a shit coin, like
okay.
That like people were just like, this is fun, this is funny, and like I got in early enough to where like it just skyrocketed.
It was the one that we're saying to send to the moon, huh? And that they had the
no, that was Dogecoin with Elon Musk. Yeah,
the other one was the.
I was too late for Dogecoin, but I got in on the Shiba hype, and it was awesome. Yeah,
I have a little bit of both.
Hell yeah!
Do you?
Just hold on to it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, no reason to stress on it. Just hold on to them.
Feels like you do.
You do? Just all these investments and
We're going places, baby.
We're doing it.
fortune somewhere in Argentina, and I'm just like,
You guys are gonna be burning Frida Kahlo paint at some time.
Phil's gonna be wearing all
That's
white.
what I'll be on the podcast just wearing all white. Like, Gil made it. He made it.
He's doing it. Damn. Yeah, exciting.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I never got the hype about the cryptocurrency or the NFT. Like, and I've had several people come on and talk about NFT, and I get confused about like what it really is.
The way I see it is, the Federal Reserve, right? Our currency system is privately owned. Not too many people know that. It's like literally owned by like 10 to 13 families.
Right.
So it's not an actual government institution. Like they print our money and sell it to our banks at interest.
Right.
It's a fucking scam. So I knew this before I became a banker. And while I was a banker, I felt like shit about it. And I sort of see the cryptocurrency as like sort of a way out from the shackles of the Federal Reserve,
like an alternative.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's like a step towards freedom, financial freedom. So even though I didn't take it serious and I'm not buying the serious stuff, I still support it. And there's going to be a ton of failed projects. There's going to be a ton of failed shit, which is fine because it's new and you got to stretch your legs and figure out what works and what doesn't work. But it will be the future eventually, even if it's not exactly an NFT. There'll be some sort of it, like when you get your movie tickets in the future or your anything. Like it'll be a digital piece that you can't you can't duplicate.
Okay.
So it basically gets a serial number and there's only one of it and you can't fake it. So like Bitcoin, there's only so much Bitcoin. You can't make fake Bitcoin. You just can't do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it eventually, hopefully we'll have a smooth transition and we'll be able to go to digital currencies, but who knows? I'm not an expert or anything.
Yeah.
All I know is I despise the Federal Reserve and a lot of stuff in that little sandbox. So I embraced the digital stuff, the new stuff.
But do you think that in the future, like in your lifetime or our lifetime, that we'll see that happen?
Yeah, we'll see the transition. It'll probably be slow. A lot of countries have already started.
Is there some now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe.
El Salvador.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, really?
El Salvador, yeah. They get Bitcoin now everywhere.
Yep.
Wow.
It's pretty awesome. It's dope. Them and I think Venezuela, they crashed, so I think they're switching over as well. I could be wrong on that. But, it's pretty awesome. So there's already countries adopting it.
Can we look that up, Amber?
Yeah. The gas station by my house, Gil, they have a Bitcoin ATM.
What?
Those things make you money.
Mm-hmm.
They're also like gray area illegal.
What are we looking at? Countries that use Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Perfect. Damn, you're good.
She's good, isn't she?
Good, yeah.
Thanks.
Countries that... Oh, there we go. All of them.
So the U.S. since 2013, Canada, Australia, El Salvador.
But El Salvador is like, it's their currency now. Like they don't offer.
It's not like a mixture.
It's not an alternative. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's what they
I
use.
also didn't know that El Salvador, they use American money.
Do they?
Yeah, that's what my neighbor was saying the other day. Because I was like, oh, so what's the difference? And she's like, no, we use dollars.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was
I
like,
guess. Our shit's dipping too, but
Canada, Australia, El Salvador.
Damn.
That's about it.
oh, okay. All
That's-
right. Baby steps, baby.
Yeah, that's not very many in in the world.
But I hear like a lot of people think it's like outrageous. Like it's like something that doesn't exist, right? Because it really doesn't exist.
It doesn't. But does the Federal Reserve exist? I mean, they're just throwing out fucking money, right?
Most of it's not even tangibly printed, and most of it's digital to begin with, like with the Federal Reserve.
Basically, like pretty
Basically
much
like
this.
that, yeah.
Right.
And what's funny with well, not funny, but what's crazy is let's say they print $1 and they give it to Bank of America. Bank of America can loan out $18 for every dollar they get.
What?
So not only are the Federal Reserve giving out an invisible dollar, but now there's $19 that don't really exist. And let's say you pull some of that money from Bank of America and you deposit it into Wells Fargo. Now Wells Fargo can loan out $18 for every dollar you put in there. So it's exponential. There's no way to catch up with everything that's printed because everything's printed at a cost and everything's stacked up. So there's, our dollar's devalued 99% since 2000, since 1913, the inception of the Federal Reserve. We're down 99%.
Damn.
Which is pretty wild.
Dang. So we're in debt.
We are massively in debt. Yeah, we're not
I'm like,
only
why
in-
are people driving Lamborghinis and everything?
And Teslas and
I mean, like,
wearing white suits everywhere, burning Frida paintings,
We ain't got no money.
right?
yeah, it's still a land of opportunity, but our financial system is built to basically just get their piece. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty wild.
When did you start getting into all that, like, type of...
When I was in high school, when 9/11 happened, actually,
Yeah. It's always 9/11. It's always 9/11 that
It's like one of the biggest things that
catapult
in our
somebody
lifetime,
into.
like,
Yeah.
if you were paying attention, you
Yeah.
like, this is bullshit.
Right.
Like, this doesn't make sense. And like, you don't have to believe that the government took down the buildings to know that the war that followed had nothing to fucking do with it.
Right.
And what really opened my eyes was that happened. Everybody was upset. I get it. But then the military started coming to our schools and showing up with Hummers with sound systems and like water guns and shit and like enlisting my friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you. It's like, this is whack. Like, this is terrible. Like, we're you get the official story was it was a small religious cult that did this. Why are we going to war with countries?
Yeah.
And why are you here for my friends? Like,
In caves, no less.
in caves.
Hiding in caves.
Yeah, their Wi-Fi probably wasn't that great.
Right.
Yeah. So that sort of got me down this road of like, I'm being lied to by my government, and sort of opened my eyes to other things that have happened throughout history. And I became sort of fascinated with history and different governments, different periods of times, and I fucking sort of love that shit. It's upsetting at the same time as it is fascinating.
Yeah.
But I tried not to get emotionally involved in anything,
Right.
including the politics that I keep an eye on, like day to day. I don't get emotional about anything. I watch it like a movie.
Yeah. Dude, it makes me like when I go into that rabbit hole, I've been reading about, government, MK Ultra, all the different projects in the 1950s and 60s.
You know.
In high school. And it didn't freak me out, but it kind of freaked me out because I was learning all this stuff in United States history, but then I was also doing my own, reading of all these psychedelic books. There's one book called The Liquid Conspiracy. I think that was the first conspiracy book that I read. That one is about pretty much it brings all. Pull it up. It's been a long time. I think I have it somewhere over here. But it talks about the MK Ultra project and how the MK Ultra project was like tied to all these other projects that the CIA was doing back in the 1950s and 60s. There it is. Bingo.
Oh yeah, they used to give people LSD without them knowing to see what happened. That's pretty
It's
wild.
San Francisco, no less.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That was midnight. It was like some project called Midnight Climax. Maybe I want to say.
I think that's different. That's a late night.
Is it
Showtime? That was a late night Showtime.
Look
show.
up Midnight Climax. Or no, I'm dead serious. It has to be Midnight Climax.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Right.
I'm scared what's gonna come out.
Climax. Do it. CLIMAX.
One of the dudes that the government gave.
Probably, there we go.
Alright.
Look.
Midnight Climax Operation.
Damn.
There we go. Go to all so we can
It's all
get the
titties.
definition of it.
I'm just kidding. From Wiki.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll believe it. Operation Midnight Climax was an operation carried out by the CIA as a sub-project of the MK Ultra project, the mind control research project that began in the 1950s. Yeah, there you go. Sidney Gottlieb.
Jesse, what were you watching?
Right?
Jesse was watching the DVD from the swap meet.
Different type of.
Yeah, I think I downloaded the wrong Operation Climax movie. Go back to this is a fascinating book, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have it somewhere right here.
One of those.
I'll find it. I'll give it to you, bro.
One of those dudes that they gave LSD to jumped out a window and killed himself
Oh shit!
because he was like, he thought he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, he was actually he was an army scientist.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Look up Woodworm.
Woodworm.
Yeah. He was actually a military scientist or physicist that.
Wow.
The CIA used to have these parties, and they used to dose unsuspected military agents, people that worked in the government,
Those rascals.
just to see if they would talk. Because at the beginning of all this stuff, they wanted to use LSD as a like a truth serum,
Huh.
and that's what they thought it was. So they used to dose all these different officials to see if they
spill the beans.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's wild. Instead, they just had a great time, except for that guy.
Was he a person or
Yeah, there we go. No, it's a movie.
Oh, the
Yeah.
movie. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a series on.
I didn't know there was a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but let's see if we can pull up the actual what the story was about. I can't remember his name. That's why. There we go, Olsen.
I think it's this one.
Yeah.
Come on.
LSD lies in the CIA. There we go. Dang, all these ads.
So, do you think a lot of our pop stars are part of the MK Ultra thing
I think. I mean,
with their butterfly tattoos?
no. I mean, I wouldn't go too far into thinking that the MK Ultra project is still happening. But
I'm sure there's some type of.
You think so?
I mean, just like propaganda, like sure, just didn't disappear.
Right.
Like, we know they did it. They admitted to doing it back in the day. If anything, it's just been hyper focused. I don't think our pop stars are under mind control.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people do, but I'm almost certain they're still doing experiments.
Yeah, like social experiments, like with people with just like
mind control. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't have any proof or anything, but
Would you consider?
Why would they just stop?
Right. Would you consider propaganda a form of mind control in media?
Yeah.
Google. We're gonna run through all my catalog here.
Nice.
Your repertoire of
Yeah. No. Operation Mockingbird.
Oh, I know about that.
Yeah.
somebody's dog.
He's being loud. Fucker.
I love dogs. What kind of dog is it?
No, it's not ours.
Mutt.
It's a mutt.
No, it's not. He's like a husky or something.
Oh, you're a dog racist.
Yeah. I'm a dog.
You're not a pure blood.
Is it this one?
No, just scroll back to. I just want to briefly read what.
Okay, got it.
The synopsis.
Yeah.
Synopsis of it.
Are about. There we go. Operation Mockingbird is an alleged large-scale program of the United States Central Intelligence Agency that began in the early years of the Cold War and attempted to manipulate domestic American news media organizations for propaganda purposes. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, that is still not going on well into 2022.
Hands down going down. Mostly peaceful protests.
Yeah, Project Mockingbird. Yeah, there's like all these different type of operations that they did in the early 1940s, and I mean, maybe they went down under the radar, but then still maybe there's all these different books and all these different media type of stuff.
I think like
coming out
in the 90s and everything, it was way less obvious, but now with free flowing information via the internet, it's all you got to do is spend some time and be interested, and you could figure out who's connected to what. Like Anderson Cooper, he was part of the CIA.
Was he really?
Yeah, nobody really knows that, but he was part of the CIA.
Google that.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, he was an intern. His folks, the Vanderbilts, are actually
yeah, he's a Vanderbilt.
Yeah, are quite they got their thumb on the scale. We'll just say it. I don't want to go too dark.
They're like they're like a really influential family, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a Vanderbilt at all.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, what am I? I just wanted to see him.
He's a very handsome
I'm
man.
like, he's a
CIA.
handsome
He is
man.
dapper. He is dapper. I'll give him that.
He could be in the CIA.
He could be in the CIA.
What's that look from that movie Blue Steel?
Oh, there we go.
He's got the blue steel.
He can't turn left though, but he got blue still.
He's got the shit on lock.
Oh, where's the little X right here?
Anderson.
Oh, pues.
Yeah, these guys just want my money. It was less James Bond than I hoped it would be. Oh, so he was.
Oh, so it's not like underground anything. Like,
No, it's a fact.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Even there's probably people working in the CIA that we have no idea about.
Yeah, for sure. And then it doesn't even have to be so like James Bondy like that. I mean, like we see it every day. Like people who work for certain administrations after they retire, where do they end up? They end up on opinion shows on news programs.
Yeah.
You know, then it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, he's bringing the news or the information to you, but he was part of. Oh, that's
once you're part of that circle, you don't really get to leave it. So, I would assume you're still running in some odd circles.
Are you part of that circle?
I am.
Are we?
Jesse, are you in the CIA?
Are you?
I'm not at liberty to discuss.
Vanderbilt. Who are the Vanderbilts?
It's an old school family, so like the Rothschilds and.
Okay.
They have a lot of money.
That is
Like
what they're
old
known
money.
for.
Wasn't Osama bin Laden in the CIA as well?
He worked with the CIA,
But he
actually
wasn't-
He worked with when the senior Bush was on. There.
Oh, okay.
Actually, they used to do a lot of business. The Bin Ladens and the Bushes. They did a lot of business with oil. Actually, on 9/11, the only plane that was allowed to leave to go in the air, besides military, was a plane getting the Bin Ladens out of Texas.
Wow.
On September, what is that? On 19th September 21, the ruins of the.
That's 9/11 stuff.
Just 9/11.
Just
The 9/11 stuff.
Just the 9/11 terror attacks.
Building 7. No way. That's not about that.
I'm either gonna come out of this show a
Change the
believer or
It's all fun. It's all part of our like living history. And a lot of stuff that we read about in history is like old school shit that you didn't get to like see happen real time. But when we were alive when the war was being mongered for after 9/11, and they were like, the French aren't on board with us, so we're no longer calling them French fries or French toast. They're freedom fries now. And it's like, fuck you guys. You guys are whack. I see what you're doing. I respect your balls, but I'm not going to fall for it.
You're very interested in alien art, as I can tell.
I am, yes.
What do you think about aliens, dude?
I have never seen a UFO. I'm incredibly jealous of everybody who has, but I've had a strong feeling since I was a child that there are aliens. I just want it to be true so bad. It makes sense. Like, it's way more likely that there's life on other planets than an omnipotent God. Like, if you had to when people say you believe in aliens, you're crazy, but you believe in a dude in the sky who
that seems pretty extraterrestrial to me.
Yeah, which is
right?
Basically an alien story. Yeah.
Dude in the sky, right?
Which is fine. I have complete respect for everybody who has religious beliefs. I don't mind. I don't want to change anybody's mind.
Right.
But when people tell me I'm crazy for believing in aliens, it's like, come on, bro.
Come on.
You believe in some weird shit too. You just don't know it. So aliens, I believe that they've been coming to Earth for quite a while, and that a lot of stuff, especially the old buildings and old stone stuff that we see, is direct evidence of that. But there's no definitive proof. So a lot of the Hindu stuff, the Bhagavad Gita, I believe, is like an epic story about aliens coming and fighting with each other. They got drawings of the ships and everything. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, when I was watching or when I was reading that Chariot of the Gods, that was wild to me, man, because there was all these cave paintings from all
the caves
around the world.
The Anunnaki, the bird people. You ever seen the statues of the bird?
Yeah,
the bird guys, and they have the pine cone and the purse. That's in different continents throughout different parts of time.
Right.
So it's the same fucking bird guy with a watch.
Yeah.
Carrying this weird fucking purse and a pine cone, which they think is the pineal gland.
Right. They also think that that's a psychedelic plant.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
What are they called? Bird people of what?
Anunnaki.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a sidebar theory that that is either
old school hallucinogen,
a psychedelic mushroom, soma, which is a
which is still
psychedelic.
linked up to the pineal gland because
absolutely, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. We got to look up Fingerprints because that's also a really good.
Fingerprints of the Gods.
Yeah.
Don't hate me, but I don't know how to spell it.
Anunnaki, I believe, is ANNUNAKI.
NAKI.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but
It's like
it'll be
Bugaki, but Anu.
it's a lot
Naki.
like a bukkake.
Oh, here we go.
There he is.
I did spell it wrong, but
It's okay. I spelled it
Google knows.
even worse.
There is that.
Yeah, look at that dude. Stunning eyes. He just needs 3 tits on him.
There. Is that your wait? Is that your process of your art? That needs 3 tits.
You know what that's missing? Fucking set of nice tits. I actually did a design of this character. They have some of the reliefs in New York at the Met. And
Oh, nice.
me and my buddy were there in town for a show, and we got to see them. And we both sort of came up with started like jiving, and I was like, oh, what if we put a boombox in his hand and a spray can and put some Nikes on him? So we did my buddy Al Capitan, we did a collab and we released a pin. I got some. I'll give you some.
Oh, sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking he needs some tits.
You need some tits, dude. Yeah, a lot of people think, even like in the cave paintings, there's a lot of mushroom art that, ancient relatives used to paint, dude.
Nice. Imagine being like way back then and like tripping balls.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, because they're finding these different plants to eat, and I mean, psychedelics are everywhere. They're grown out of the ground.
Almost every continent.
Yeah.
Whoa, this one looks like an alien.
Yeah, the cave
The one
shit.
moving.
Mhm.
There's a lot of them that just look like aliens. Look at that.
Yeah, he's holding the mushrooms. You see that?
Imagine that with some tits, though.
I was gonna say this one needs some tits.
Or a San Franciscan dick.
Now we're gonna be walking around everywhere. Looking
Damn
at things
it.
and be like,
You ruined it
So-
for me,
Damn.
man.
I've been
that needs tits.
for like the last couple of years. I've been putting 3 tits on some of my designs.
Yeah.
And I get asked a lot, like, why are you doing this so much? And it's because the first set of tits I actually ever saw was from the movie Total Recall.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just Three
When they,
tits,
when they
right?
go to Mars and the mutant girl has 3 titties.
Uh-huh.
Dude's like, I wish I had 3 hands. Those were the first tits I saw. And I was like, what?
Let's look it up.
This is awesome. So now I get to...
What is it? Alien girl?
Yeah, Total Recall, 3 tits. Just put 3 tits.
I love Google because
You're fine.
If you just put 3, it'll come up right away. 3 hands.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
She's awesome.
All right. And it actually shows it in the movie? I can't remember.
Yeah, they're pretty good looking. Can't tell which one's the fake ones. Maybe she had no tits.
Isn't there another movie,
Yeah.
the Kung Pao one?
That's with the 1 tit.
That was
Oh,
one.
that was one tit.
That's
That was a
We're
uni-
talking to the tit expert
That
right
was a
now.
uni
I know
boob,
my
you're
tits.
right.
Funny you bring that up because I devoured that movie when it came out. I've seen it so many times. I know it line by line. Kung Pao.
that movie was great.
Yeah. Swinging the chain.
Oh man.
So from this, that catapulted your love for...
Yeah, it was like a sleeper thing. It didn't kick in until I was in my 30s. I was like, start throwing some tits on these things.
Avocados,
Yeah.
tits.
I should do
What's
avocado.
You put them on avocado?
No, not yet.
Hey,
Oh,
you
okay.
should.
There you go.
Amber just struck gold.
Hey.
Give him 3 pits.
3 pits.
3 pity titties. There you go.
See, we're doing it. Hell yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Another movie from back then I watch all the time, like almost weekly, is Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Blade Runner is I don't use the term lightly, but a masterpiece.
Really?
It is. If you haven't really sat down and watch Blade Runner.
Is this the 1982 film?
Yes.
The original.
It's amazing. And I'm obsessed with that actress.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Have you seen it,
Oh
Gil?
my God. You guys, how excited. That's
I've-
actually dope. You guys should watch it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
It's fucking amazing.
All right.
After this, let's do it.
I love that movie so much. I was at a food festival and my neighbor was a portrait artist. I had him draw me with the lead actress.
Is this her right here?
Like a couple. No.
Oh.
She's ugly compared to the other.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Keep scrolling.
Who is it, Rachel Blade?
Yeah, it's Rachel. Oh, Rachel.
Oh, she's beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
She got a little pin-up thing going.
Yeah, look at her.
Okay.
Those eyes.
We see you, Rachel.
She cries in the movie too, and I was like, "Fuck! I wanna fuck you while you're crying."
Jesus.
Is that too much?
It's never too much.
I watch the movie a lot.
Your mom's walking past your bedroom, and you're like, Rachel.
Cry for me, baby.
Cry.
Oh man, that's freaking cool. Where else do you find inspiration? Like obviously movies, TV shows. Like what else? Like
Aliens.
Like, is your talk? I don't mean it as like toxic, but I know like for Gil and I, like we can be anywhere, and then we're like, oh shit, this is a good idea for this. This is a good idea for that. Like our brain is constantly working out ideas. Is that how yours works?
Yes, actually, it wasn't always like that, but after years of developing products, because that's ultimately what I do. I create art, but I make a living off selling products. So after years of it, I am constantly looking at things and being just sort of like trying to twist it, or like, how cool would it be if it was like this instead? Or, yeah, it happens a lot. And I don't like to like rip off people's ideas or anything. So sometimes I'll have killer ideas when I'm looking at somebody else's art, and I'll be like, damn, what a shame. Or I'll be somewhere and be like, oh, that's a cool building. You know, a cool mashup would be this or whatever. So yeah, I get that a lot, and it's cool. Or even like just at the market, and I was with a friend in K-Town. We're at one of those like Korean markets, and the vegetable section. I was like, fuck, isn't that gorgeous? She's like, you're a fucking weirdo. It's like, well, just, you know, look at it. Like she's like, nah, dude, there's just some vegetables. Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess the way I see things has changed a little bit.
Hasn't?
Which is cool.
Is it like constantly 24/7 for you, or is it, can you turn it off? Because some nights, dude, I can't sleep.
Yeah. I am constantly thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get I have sleep issues. I am always just like brainstorming, and like even when I'm watching a movie, it's hard to like really just sit there and enjoy it, because I'm always thinking about a way to twist it or make a product out of it.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to sound like a douchebag, but I was like, damn, I can sell the shit out of that.
Marketing. I get there's some way he's not selling that right. That's not.
There's a way to do that better. You got to bring me in. I say it a lot when me and my friends are talking. Like, they got to bring me in. They just need to bring me in. It's funny, but I have decent ideas. I just execute them poorly.
Yeah.
So are you a good salesman? Like when you go out and vend, are you like the type like, hey, hi, welcome, or you're just like sitting there
chilling?
I always greet people. I try to be as genuine as possible. When you sound like you're selling somebody something, it turns them off and they look for an out. I found that not just with face-to-face sales, but with my brand as a whole, the more genuine I am and the more myself I am, like the more it works.
Yeah.
And even with the weird shit, like the 3 titty thing, or like me vulgar humor or whatever, the more I don't bullshit people, the better it is. And when it comes to sales, in-person sales, I'll greet them, be like, yo, you got any questions? Just let me know. If I'm having a conversation with someone, like I'll still greet them, but I'll jump back in the conversation, and I won't censor myself with the conversation, no matter how weird it is.
Yeah. And
that normally ends up working. They'll join the conversation, or they'll get a laugh at it or whatever. And I try not to be pushy with anything. I try not to upsell anybody. Like if they're like, oh, I like that, and I was like, oh, I got a bigger one for this much, you know.
Yeah.
I'll, you know, if they look like they may be looking at something else, you know, I play by ear. I wing everything I do. I learn everything on YouTube, and I wing my fucking day-to-day every day.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try not to take myself too serious.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, at least for me, like thinking, because if you overthink about like how you're going to do something, that there's no room for creativity, because you're constantly thinking about, oh shit, like I'm going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you'll either get nervous about it or it'll sound contrived or like scripted.
Yeah.
You know. So even when I'm greeting people in my booth, which I do this every fucking weekend, and I talk to thousands of people a month, I get bored saying the same thing every time. So I'll have like a number of phrases I'll throw out there, you know, or sometimes I'll just throw like a yo, you know, and it depends on.
That's
the
pretty
person.
simple.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
So,
and depending if you're in San Francisco, whoa, look at that dick.
My eyes are up here. Yeah, those people insist on eye contact.
Jesse, JFR, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Dude, this was fun.
You had
This was
fun?
Awesome. Yeah, this is dope. Thank you guys.
Dude, we have to do this again.
I'm down.
Throw up your
Gang signs? I don't
yeah.
have gang signs. I quit that life.
Tell us where you're from. No,
Yeah. Where you from, fool? No, go ahead and take some time and
plug yourself in,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, shit. All right.
Sell yourself.
If
Come on.
you like what I do, my sense of humor, and you like 3 titties, you can find me everywhere on the internets at Jesse JFR, JESSE JFR. And that's about it. I have a shop. I have an Instagram. I have a Facebook that I ignore for years. And yeah, I want to meet you. I want to talk to you. I want to make awkward eye contact with you.
there you go.
While your penis is out.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Whip them out.
This is probably going to be the best downloaded podcast episode in San Francisco and West Hollywood.
I'm getting canceled for sure.
No, but share some dates too. Tomorrow you're going to be out in Alhambra.
Alhambra with Grill 'em All. This weekend I'll be in Scottsdale, Arizona with Body Art Expo, Friday through Sunday. Next week I'll be in Brooklyn for the Pancakes and Booze art show on Thursday, and then in Manhattan for Patches and Pins Expo on Saturday and Sunday. Week after that you'll find me in Vegas and Arizona. And then I think after that I'll be at Designer Con. So for all our California locals who enjoy designer toys, I will be there. Possibly topless.
Possibly.
Possibly. No promises.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Dude,
appreciate it.
This was dope.
I think that was another one, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hell
and
yeah.
I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Chaka Khan.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram at the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.